Hello, everybody. Welcome. I apologize right off the bat for the all the clicking. I was using some new software to try to reroute the audio so that you wouldn't hear the clicking, and paid $100 for it, and it didn't work. So you're hearing some clicking. Welcome, everybody. I'm Skip Elsheimer, and this is the AV Geeks Holiday Special. And it's special because not only are we going to be showing some holiday films from this time of year, but we also are joined by our museum staff at the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences, where traditionally I would be, on a Friday night, I would be there with them showing a movie, a feature film, and I would show a short film beforehand. And then we've been doing this kind of virtually and watching things on Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and watching them together and having kind of a watch party. But they were like, hey, do you want to show a bunch of your old Christmas and holiday films? And I was like, sure. So everybody's dressed up. That's great. Say something, somebody. Oh, wait, I'm not hearing you guys now.
All right, I'm unmuted.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Carrie. Hi, Miranda.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we've been doing screenings together for 2 years, 3 years. How long?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it does, and I think it's been longer than that. I think it's been like 4 years.
Yeah, it seems like a decade actually since January. So one of the things I wanted to have you guys talk about real quick is upcoming things at the museum that people can participate in virtually, because we have an audience of people from all around the world.
Yeah, you want me to go?
Yeah.
All right, so we have our big thing we're working on is astronomy days. Astronomy days we typically have over a weekend in person at the museum, but of course we can't do that. So we are spreading it out over a full 7 days. So we will have 7 days of astronomical programming from January 25th through January 31st. So all kinds of really fun things. We're working with NASA and our local astronomy club and all kinds of scientists and researchers from all over the country will be talking about their research in different programs in astronomy. And so for more information, you can go to our website, which is naturalsciences.org. And then you can get to Astronomy Days by clicking virtual events, and then it's on the list there.
Nice. So one of the challenges you guys issued to me was to show a holiday film that maybe had animals in it as a way to, I'm sorry, I'm playing with all these different gotcha. This is insane. All right, it's like a star wipe. Anyways, you challenged me to show a holiday film that had animals in it. And this next film is the first one that came to mind, and it's a little warped, which is why it kind of rolls when we watch it. But it is one of the most insane Santa Claus films that I have in my collection, and we'll see why. And we'll learn more about animals, the specific animals in this film, after we come back.
I think Miranda, Hugo, and I wish you had found one about snakes and Santa Claus, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, I don't think those exist.
Well, Skip, I think you're going to have to either find it or make it for next year.
It's going to be, it's going to be primates. All right. So here we go. This is the Santa Claus story. And I have to change things here while we're talking, so please excuse me.
It's really, I like that it's dynamic, Skip.
Yeah.
Would be bad. Whoa, Dunder. Whoa, Blitzen. Whoa.
It's Santa Claus. I don't believe it. All right, smile your face. Oh, Santa.
Hello, Virginia. Hello, Jackie.
You know our name because he's dead. Dressed up, that's how. He is not dead. Well, he's not a real Santa Claus. Aren't you, really?
Come here, children. Come on, Jackie. Yes, I'm really Santa Claus. And I want you to believe in me. For children who don't believe in Santa Claus, miss the joy of Christmas.
Tell us a story, Santa.
Tell you a story? Certainly. I'll tell you about the monkeys' Christmas. A story you'll always remember.
Monkeys don't have a Santa Claus.
Indeed, they do. Monkeys, you know, are very much like human beings in many ways. And sometimes they do the very same things that we do. For instance, in the spring, they like to get out in the open. And there is a place called Monkey Mountain, where there's always sunshine and monkey shine. There are good monkeys and bad monkeys. But here is Charlie, a good little monkey who likes pretzels. And although monkeys don't like to go into the water, Charlie is willing to swim for once. Selfish monkeys want to get Charlie's pretzel the easy way. And no matter how he tries, he can't get away from those bad monkeys who steal his dainty morsel. When it comes to bananas, all monkeys make pigs of themselves. Even Charlie's in there getting his share, gobbling up skins and all. You've seen people like that, who don't want to give anybody else a chance. Oh, well, it's all in fun. Well, eating too fast and too much lands this fellow right into the doctor's office. Serves him right. Open wide now. My, what a funny face. Sometimes monkeys catch cold. So like good little monkeys, they take a hot foot bath before going to bed. If sick monkeys do what they're told, they get well quickly. That's good for all of us to know, isn't it? Now let's see. What else do I know about those little fellows? Oh, yes. Monkeys celebrate other holidays, too. On Halloween, they duck for apples. But, after all, ducking for apples is the hard way. It's easier to pick them out. And on Halloween night, they dress up in funny costumes and wear masks just as you do.
But you were going to tell us about the monkey Christmas and about the monkey Santa Claus. Yes, Santa, please tell us more.
Well, let's see. When Christmas draws near, even the bad monkeys try to be good. And they even get all prettied up for the Christmas holidays. The girl monkeys put on their nicest dresses and hats and try to look their best. The boy monkeys see that their hair is cut and their fingernails are trimmed and polished. Well, 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 that soap must taste pretty good. He wants more. Monkeys usually live in trees or on Monkey Mountain. But these monkeys have heard all about Santa Claus and how he comes down the chimney. They can't have a chimney unless they have a house. So there's nothing else to do but build a house. No, children, that's not mortar. Something tells me that it's whipped cream, or he wouldn't be taking such a big portion. And then the great night, and down the chimney comes the monkey Santa Claus. And what a time is in store for those good little monkeys. Toys galore and a home filled with surprises. So you see, children, monkeys are very much like you in many ways, except one.
What way is that?
They know they're monkeys, but you don't.
Oh, I know I'm not a monkey. But you are really Santa Claus, aren't you?
Virginia, I'm going to answer your question by telling you what to say to any of your little friends who lose the wonderful spirit of Christmas. They do not believe except they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible to their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children, are little. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. And you know that they abound and give you its highest beauty and joy. Not believe in Santa Claus? You might as well not believe in fairies. Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither men nor children can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that they are not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are, unseen and unseeable in this world. You can tear apart the baby's rattle and see what makes the noise inside. But there is a veil covering the unseen world which not the strongest man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived, can tear apart. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, romance can push aside that curtain and view and picture the supernal beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Oh, Virginia, in all this world, there is nothing else real and abiding. No Santa Claus, he lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make that the heart of childhood.
So that was definitely shown in schools. As you could tell at the end where it said Buffalo Board of Education. It's a mess. I mean, the film itself physically was not in good shape, but this was made by a company that would kind of take footage from different places and cobble together these compilation films. And so I guess they were like, well, we got this monkey footage, and we have footage of monkeys dressed in costume, and then they took the Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus editorial from the paper and just read it verbatim. So it's kind of a mess. But can you add a little bit of science fact to what we saw? Is that possible?
Hopefully, everyone knows that a lot of the monkeys that they showed are not actually monkeys. They are apes, chimpanzees, or the house builders in there. And yeah, somebody did mention in the Facebook comments, I saw that they hope PETA is not watching, because yeah, I wouldn't say that a lot of those monkeys were in the best shape and being treated the way that we know they should be treated now. But yeah, we actually, we are not experts in primates, but we did a lot of fun research on primates, and we think those are macaques, a species of old world monkeys, which are the second most widely distributed primate in the world besides humans, of course, which is pretty cool. And, we've seen scenes of, macaques kind of in a lot of these tourist destinations where people are kind of going around and feeding them and getting things stolen by them and things like that. But yeah, it was an interesting film. And I definitely felt that it was just like, we have all this footage of these chimpanzees and these monkeys. How can we use it? And let's do it in a really obscure way that really, I don't know what the message of the film was. I was trying to find that. So, yeah.
Yeah, so the message, of course, is we need to make a Christmas film that kids will like. And so that's the message. And it's, it's interesting, and I'm sure you guys run across this, is the blur people who say monkeys are apes and apes are monkeys. They make that assumption. But, what are the differences? We'll make this as educational as possible.
So it's not universal, but most monkeys do have tails. The easiest way to tell an ape from a monkey is that there are very few apes. So we have humans, gibbons, chimpanzees, bonobos, orangutans, and gorillas. And then that's it. Pretty easy ape-wise. And a really interesting thing is there is a difference between old world monkeys and new world monkeys. My favorite fact that I found out between apes and monkeys was that apes have an appendix and monkeys do not have an appendix. Don't ask me why, but fun fact. See if you can find out why. Why do we have an appendix? Does anyone know why humans have an appendix?
Yeah, don't they say it's because it's to repopulate our gut bacteria because it's so important? Because it's full. That's why it gets infected, right? Because it has bacteria in it. I think that's a theory why appendixes aren't actually vestigial, right?
But why? So the monkeys are just on their own to repopulate their guts.
They just eat more dirt. I don't know. But so these are old world monkeys. And so in some, when I was reading about macaques, there are some species of macaques that don't have tails. And in fact, they actually have ape in their name, but they are not apes. They are monkeys. And so old world monkeys and new world monkeys differ in several ways. So monkeys, of course, like all primates, originated in Africa, just like humans, of course. And so they New World monkeys, so Old World, Africa, Asia, Europe. New World is North and South America. So New World monkeys, they diverged about 40 million years ago, and they got to South America somehow. It may have been a raft. It may have, any other, ways to cross that ocean. And so as far as evolutionarily speaking, New World monkeys are a lot more similar to each other than the species are more similar to each other than Old World monkeys. It's a lot more diverse with Old World because, of course, it's much smaller stock came from New World monkeys. But New World monkeys tend to be mostly arboreal. So they live in trees. So if you think of something like a spider monkey or a howler monkey, they're up in the treetops in the canopy of the rainforest. And then you think of something like an Old World monkey, like a baboon, which, I think spend most of their time on the ground. Also, the most the feature that is most distinctive between Old World and New World monkeys is the nose. So New World monkeys tend to have flatter noses with, more separated nostrils, and Old World monkeys tend to have, I think, more human-like noses like us that stick out a little bit and have, nostrils that are underneath. So it's an interesting distinction.
Nice. All right. Now back to the ill-informed Christmas stuff. And if people have questions about monkeys, put them in the comments. And if they don't know it, they'll look it up. How about that? This next film.
I want
Go
to
ahead.
say something first. So, first of all, boys and girls forget reindeers, polar bears, penguins, all the animals related with Christmas, because now they're monkeys. But something that shows on this film, and it's kind of true, is the behavior of monkeys and apes. I mean, primates in general. They are sometimes very similar to humans. So, for example, the bonobos, they shake their head in order to say no to their kids when they're playing with food. Another thing that is really cool about this kind of behavior that is very similar to human is it was seen by the zookeepers from the British Zoo. Some of their mandrills, they put their hands over their face, over their eyes, to gesture to another monkeys, "Do not disturb me," which is something that is really cool. And of course, when you tickle them, they laugh, and their laugh is very similar to humans' laugh. So that is something that is really cool. And something that calls me out is like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes in Christmas that you feel sad, and after like a romantic breakup or a tough day at work, or you feel sad, you normally eat junk food, just to feel better. And some monkeys do the same thing. So there are studies that they show that when a monkey feels sad or something like that, to distress themselves, they eat food that is richer in sugar and fat than normal, which is something cool.
So that's not our fault.
It's not our fault.
It is the genetic burden that we bear with other primates. All right, good.
And it's not my fault. It's in my genes.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Hugo. And thank you, guys. So this next film has probably no science in it whatsoever. It involves a talking snowman whose name is not Frosty. And I would say it's probably the naming is the antithesis of Frosty. This is Spunky the Snowman. So here we go. Enjoy.
Every year, when the first snow falls, the kids on our block build a snowman. This year, we made him especially big and strong and handsome. You see, we needed a tree, not an ordinary park tree, but a Christmas tree. And we figured there was only one way we could get one, a letter to Santa, to be delivered by Spunky, our snowman. And that called for a big send-off. As everyone knows, by day, snowmen are, well, only snowmen. But at night, it's different. And the first thing that Spunky did, after he sneezed, that is, was to look at the envelope, which he couldn't read. "But I know it's up north somewhere," he said. And off he started, with Jeff leading the way. It was along about midnight when Spunky came to the edge of the woods, just about the scariest time of night. Even for foxes. going? Asked the owl. To find Santa and bring back a present for the kids on the block. You see, it's to be given to the bearer of this letter. Oh, yes, it's very valuable. That's why I'm taking it to him. Special delivery. Special delivery to Santa. Spunky and Jeff went on their way, never dreaming that the fox and the owl had plans of their own. Why don't we get the letter and keep the present for ourselves? Spunky was surprised to see the owl again. Come back! But then the owl dropped the letter. And everybody scrambled to get it. No, you don't, cried Spunky. But with one long leap, the fox had it. Jeff was about to overtake the fox. But the owl still had the bucket. That will take care of you, he said. But Jeff was soon after them again. As for Spunky, he never stopped running, even to pick up his hat. And by now, the owl and the fox were far ahead. But they were stopped by a wolf. Where are you two taking that letter? Santa. Hand it over. I'll take it to him. By the time Jeff caught up with them, they were at it tooth, beak, and claw. And the letter was just lying there. Jeff had a very good plan. But just when he got to the letter, they saw him. And now all three were after him. Spunky was still running when Jeff brought him the letter. But now he wasn't going to let anyone get it away from him again. Till then, Jeff had no idea of how fast Spunky really could run. He couldn't even see him anymore. And he didn't notice the bear either. What do you mean by waking me up in the middle of the winter? But when Spunky told him what had happened, the bear said he would take them to Santa himself. And so they started out together, not realizing they were being followed. The bear knew all the shortcuts. But poor Spunky, he hadn't looked where he was going. And he came down in 9 different places, not counting the letter to Santa. And while Spunky's friends were putting him back together again, the three crept nearer and nearer. There, you're just as good as new again, said the bear. But it was too late. The fox had the letter and was heading straight for Santa. Spunky could never get there in time now. The hares and squirrels scattered as the fox sprang forward to deliver the letter to Santa. Well, well, said Santa, a special delivery. While Santa was reading the letter, Spunky arrived. You see, Santa, this letter is really from the kids on our block. It was stolen by those 3 over there, said Jeff. As they started to slink away, Santa puffed up his cheeks and blew them back into the woods. When Spunky turned around, there was his Christmas tree, the most beautiful in the land. Santa lent Spunky a sled and one of his personal reindeers to deliver the tree. And that's how it was that when the sun arose the following day, Spunky, Jeff, and the Christmas tree were all there waiting for us in the park. That night we held the biggest celebration. And our guest of honor was Spunky the Snowman.
Well, YouTube just kicked us off. Yeah, for copyright stuff. So that's really annoying. I'm going to try to restart it.